Good evening. Welcome to Investigator News. I'm your host, Ellie, and this is the Weather and Lifestyle News Show. And boy, we're getting popular, I believe. Uh, Karen, 6.2 earthquake. I seen 6.3 um, in Argentina. Well, I was way off. I was looking at Iceland, maybe, you know, that's what it seemed like. But the big one hit, a big one. It's pretty strong for those that are living there. We've got hurricanes. Boy, hurricanes all over the place. Um, we got Franklin, we've got Harold, we've got Hillary, and we've seen the destruction of Hillary, and now we've got Harold coming on the east side of from Texas into the Gulf to hit Mexico, and even some of those same areas. Um, wow, a lot going on there with the weather. Is it weather wars? Yeah, I think I'm gonna start calling it weather wars. China's flooded. Lots of places are flooded. What did Mexico do? They seeded the clouds, and now all of a sudden everybody's got rain. Maybe is it a good thing or a bad thing? It doesn't match up with climate change. Um, ooh, prayers for Miss Susan, she says. Let's see if I can get some weather in here. Um, ah, check me out. I always hesitate. I thought I for sure had it fixed. But when I think I have everything fixed in my studio, there's always something the puppies have bumped. Yeah, they get under my desk, and I slowly lower my head and I look underneath, and I'm moving them with my feet. I get under my desk. Sometimes I even have to leave during William's show because the door is wide open. So I get accosted by the puppies. Yeah, life of puppies. I call it 2 3-year olds with attitudes that sass back. Yeah. So, boy, the life of the puppies. I tell you, they are having a good time. They keep each other company. They play, and we got to do the whole don't bite. Yeah, sharp puppy teeth versus bigger puppy teeth, and the little I call them pipsqueak, uh, half pint. I call them all kinds of things. Uh, he now knows how to use the puppy door. So now he dashes. I got one that just had surgery. It's not supposed to run, jump, or do anything. And she's breaking all the rules. All right. So look at this. So I'm going to go ahead and run the video and let you guys take a look at this. It could be, they're saying DC. It could be DC.
We continue to track the tropics and tropical storm Franklin as it moves over Hispaniola, continuing to bring drenching rain. There's a look at the official track. Now, once this passes the DR, it is expected to move into the open waters of the Atlantic and strengthen. And the official forecast has it becoming a Category 2 storm as it passes well to the west of Bermuda. Now, the biggest impacts with this system over the Dominican Republic and Hispaniola will be the rainfall, certainly. And we are still expecting widespread amounts of about 3 to 5 inches. Now, as far as this continued path and track, what we could get out of Franklin for the east coast of the United States is some increased wave heights. And we could see that as early as this weekend.
Oh boy. So Franklin could be our next threat. I'm gonna throw the earthquakes up here, folks. The newest one being in western Texas. It said 3.3. Now, Susan and Karen, you're not out of the zone yet. And I'm gonna start up with um, Ashford, Washington. Um, William, did you feel the ground rumble? You know that song, I Feel the Earth Move Under My Feet? Oh, yeah. That's when you sing that song. Who did that? You know me, I'm into music and a little bit of everything, eclectic. So the earth was moving under maybe William's feet in Ashford, Washington, with a 2.7. Then get this, and it goes over to um, Chalice, Idaho, a 3.2. Then you draw a straight line. It's like playing dot to dot. You draw a straight line over to Wilson City, Missouri, 2.6. It's all the same. And then we have Greenback, Tennessee, 2.5. So it's ready to go up. It's ready to go up. If not, then we have to expect something to happen in along the eastern coast I'm going to say the next week or two. So what did we get? We kind of have to start. I'm going to go over to 4.3 Eastern Turkey, 4.3. Then we seen a 4.8 in Azerbaijan. Then we seen a 4.2. See, it went up one. 2s to 3. In Guangdong, China. Then what? Then let's see, a 4.7 in Pulandian, a 4.8 in the Philippines. Out on the fault line in the not really inward where a lot of countries are, but out towards the ocean. That one there, it was recent. This is Marizo Village, Guam. That was 4.7. Then we see, I'm going to go with the bigger one, of Fiji. That was 4.4. Now, some of these are really deep, some of them are really shallow. But if you go straight across, what do we got? A 6.3, 6.2 in Argentina, Estéreo. To me, it didn't make any sense. And I said, well, maybe I ought to go back. Let's go back. I took a look at Hawaii, 2.8, but it was at the volcano. Then we got to go to 3.5 in Rat Island. Then there's a cluster of them up around Cantwell, Alaska. Another one was Pedro Bay. Now, these were all 3s, in between 3s and 4s. So if we move from northern part of the western states out of Canada, we have Chalice, Idaho, 3.2. We go down to the most recent, White City, New Mexico, 4.0. And then, of course, we have to move to Missouri. Wilson City, 2.6. Greenback, Tennessee at 2.5. Okay, let's see. The one that got me was the one down here, folks. This was a 5.1 in the South Sandwich Islands. So after we leave the 6.2, then we go down to 5.1 in the South Sandwich Islands. Then that's it. It stops. It stops. It dead ended. Will it go back up? As we looked at, let's see if I can. Is this one that, yeah, right there. Right there. I mean, I hope you guys could see that right there. And there is no fault line connected to it. Neither is the one right above it in Chile. None of them is on the fault line. Uh, then we go to the islands. The islands are 2.6 in Puerto Rico. So what am I seeing? It's going to go up the East Coast. Well, let's roll the dice and see where it goes. I'm saying upper because of the span between the two. We had the two up around Washington that dropped all the way to Texas before it went back up. So I'm thinking the same amount of distance. Me, I'm still with Iceland. I think Iceland, but we could see a two-pointer in the somewhere along the East Coast. And so what? Let's go with the 6.2 magnitude, northern Argentina. Um, it struck deep underground, they say. The quake occurred in the depth of 353 miles deep. It was a deep one. Um, and the earthquake, it basically shook for a few minutes. It was almost like the one that was in LA. It shook for a minute or so. Everybody's, when I went through ours, I swore it was like 4 or 5 minutes. It was like not even a minute long. And I could have swore it was at least 5 minutes of shaking. No, it was only not even a minute long. It struck at a depth of 55 miles in northern neighborhood of Chile and 30 miles east of the town of Tirana. So they did have damage, and um, um, they said there was minimal damage. Nobody was hurt that I know of so far. I'm going to go back and look for tomorrow because usually an earthquake that big, there's a lot of damage. But when you're talking collapsed buildings, there's always casualties. So I'm going to take a look at it, and I guess tomorrow I'll give you a good report on it. 5 dead from flesh-eating bacteria in Florida. And no, this isn't MRSA. Florida has now had 5 reported deaths due to the basically the new type of mucus they're finding in a lot of patients with cold-like symptoms. This is flesh-eating bacteria that naturally occurs in warm backlash of water. The water's heating up, the earth's heating up, everybody's heating up. And because now it's heating up, we've got this flesh-eating bacteria. Yikes. All right. Not only that, but we are looking at malaria in the U.S. Who, what, when, and why? Oh, dear Lord. I got mosquitoes all over my backyard. So I see this, and it's like, oh, I need to know what state. I want to know what house and their address. No, geez. Huh, Karen. Oh, boy. So, move the bike away. I move it, and how's that? So, I got a new chair. I don't have to sit on cushions no more. So I'm up higher. I just have to rearrange everything on the desk. All right, malaria. Wow. When, where, why? It was this time, it's Maryland. It's, DC. The Skeeters are mad at DC. No. So it's in Maryland, but it's basically around DC and the DC areas and suburbs. So don't keep the water. No standing water, folks. Go out and all of us are baking. So it's like if there's a drop of water, the ants are lucky. I mean, even a damp spot, they're all flocking to, all the bugs. It's like free water in the puddle under the faucet today. Yeah, they're all happy, especially the cicadas. Someone posted one. It was like, oh, good grief. I hope you know what that is. Get rid of it. You know, they live and then all of a sudden they're stuck. Like you'll be stuck to a light or a pole, and you go over and grab it, and it's a dead little thing. And he's not moving and he's dried out. It's like if he had water, huh? No, don't put him in water. You know what happens, you know, with weird animals you stick in water. Yeah. We learned our lesson from that movie, didn't we? Don't put them in water after midnight. Don't feed them. Yeah, gremlins. They become gremlins. Um, India. You know, folks, I really, let's see if I got the video. No, we don't want to abuse it, do we? Let's see. I don't think I got the video for it. But they were glad. Now we knew that. Remember, Karen, Russia tried and they crashed. I think 2 or 3 times. Now we got India that made it to the southern tip, and it's called the edge of the dark side of the moon. Yeah, Pink Floyd. I knew we were going to get there when they said when they did that song, "The Dark Side of the Moon." I knew we were going to get to. They were going to get to the moon. No, India, and there is a crater there that Russia wants real bad, and it's for fuel. And so they thought if they got it, what they're going to do is they're going to portion it out. You watch, just like they did in Antarctica. They portioned it all up. It looked like a pie. Well, it looks like we might be doing that with the moon. But India made it to the edge of the dark side of the moon. Wow. Now that's news right there. And get this. So Russia had been trying all this time. And you would have thought they would have made it by now with their technology. But I think even William, me and him will talk on the next hour of how smart India really is. The best. And of course, their families and their kids and grandkids. So, all right, India made it to the moon. Um, Rolling Stones. Um, you know, it's not on this day. I'll do that next. But Rolling Stone wants to do another album. Do we encourage them, or do we tell them enough is enough? You know, if they got brand new songs, why not? We're not sick of them yet. You know, they did that one where they put on the skeleton costumes, and it was like, you guys are real close. Oh boy, this isn't good. And so, yeah. All right, Rolling Stone teased new album with local newspaper. Will they do it, or is it Memorex? 26 in 11 states are sickened now with salmonella. So this is according to the CDC. I got this message when I talked to the lady at the health department. And out of the 26 illnesses reported, the New York and Pennsylvania, Virginia, North Carolina, Iowa, Ohio, I'm sorry, Kentucky, Tennessee. So do they keep protecting what they feel is protection worthy, which is turtles. Right now, there's a big hold off on the turtles. So let's see what happens. We'll make it up, throw it back in the same container, get the lawn energy, so it might not be there. So turtles. All right. My cursor. Trying to find my cursor, folks. All right, there we go. Now get this. You know, I don't usually get real political on this show, and I was just taking a look at this for a sec. Not sure if I want to run this because Biden administration takes action restricting oil, gas development after settlement with eco groups. Now, he has met with the ecology groups and the Green New Deal, and now they're going to cut um, gas and oil, restricting all appliances that have an open flame. Um, and not only that, but then with the uh, increase of the feds, um, we're going to see a huge increase because some of these appliances are going to be banned. They're even maybe even talking microwaves now, and I was like, that's all electric. Why would they do that? Well, they think the ones that are out are substandard and need to be replaced. So we're going to have new stoves, new furnaces, new ACs, new electrical grid boards, and it's going to be very expensive. And he didn't say that. He just said, he wants to take action of restricting oil and gas development. That's it. He's not going to allow certain um, um, he's cutting certain laws out so they are no longer allowed to pump anything out of the ground, which shuts them down. And he said this is also will cut the throats of oil producers that are making millions of dollars. Boy, I don't know about that. On this day in history, where's William today? William, on this day, Stockholm Syndrome. Yep. 1973 bank robbery in Sweden leads to Stockholm Syndrome. So, yeah, no robbing banks today. Go get your free French fries at Wendy's. I think it's this week or today. You can go to Wendy's and get some free French fries. Railroad bridge, a platform collapse, leaving 26 victims dead. Others are injured. Um, 3 trains collided in quite a few, I'm sorry, in 860 injured. Um, this was northeastern India, plunging dozens of workers into the ground. Now, not only that, but I don't want to just keep giving you all bad news. So this is over in India, but over in Europe, there was a tram that was going along the wires over 1,000-foot ravine, and they went and they rescued them. Uh, and so we got the train derailments, we got the oil cut. That's too political, too political. We got to get in there and see something way better. Okay, comedy wildlife photography is huge for photographers across the nation because everybody needs a laugh, they say. And this has been kept alive for so many years. And so they got the new ones out, folks. And hopefully it just comes right up. Oh, there we go. Excuse Me, Pardon Me by Ryan Sims. And these are the pretty much the winners of this year's comedy photography. We need this. Post lunch nap. Oh yeah, there I am. Yep. Uh, Either that or the kids after lunch at school that want to still do their nap. Kindergartners with their blankets. I'm kidding. I'm kidding by Samir Wallinge. Oh yeah. A once in a lifetime photo with an owl winking. Okay, what are you looking at by Nicole Lynn? Mom, I'm Hungry by Yarn Schmid. The Three Amigos by William Parkinson. Bad Cub by Tony Dodge. Yeah, Bad Cub. Laughing Moose. There we go. I ought to put that on the cover of my next. In fact, I'm going to grab it up, folks. Um, my next funny post. That would be a good cover photo. Some of these are. That's the spot with the giraffe. Duck coming in hot. Uncomfortable pillow. It's only funny until, yeah, your sibling pokes you in the eye. Remember, no Red Ryder BB gun. You shoot your eye out, kid. Spider Tango by Tiffany Hymans. I don't know. Karen, Susan, do you guys want to watch a spider tango? I think they're just trying to size you up. They're like running back and forth looking at you. It's no tango. They're ready to leap. They want your face. All at what, 8 eyeballs, 10 eyeballs, 4 eyeballs. Yeah, we just no, we need to squish. No spider tangos. Itchy Roo. Yeah, yeah, right there, right there. I wonder if it's how dogs and cats thump their little paws. I wonder if kangaroos do that when they get that itchy spot, or what animals do that. That would be fun to know. Keiju by P.F. Loke. This one's got 4 eyeballs or something. All right, so wow, funny photos, funny photos. Um, Wendy's is giving away free fries this week. Go get your free fries. It's probably got to buy something, but at least you get, go buy a hamburger. You get a hamburger and fries, then having to pay extra because they're going to start charging. All right, so dear dogs and cats, for our funny post for the end of our show. When I say move it, means something someplace else, not switch positions with each other. So there's are still 2 of you in the way. My puppies take up like 10 spots. They want to push you to the edge. Yeah, they get the middle and half the bed. The dishes with paw prints are yours and contain your food. The other dishes are mine and contain my food. Uh, Placing a paw print in the middle of a plate doesn't mean you'll get that plate. The stairway was not designed by NASCAR, and it's not a racetrack. The last time there was a secret exit from the bathroom. If some miracle I beat you there and managed to get in and shut the door, I'm going to find it. Yeah, dog and cat, beware. Don't put a doggy door in the bathroom. It was the final note. I live here, you don't. If you don't want to hear, if you don't want hair on your clothes, stay off the furniture. I like my pet better than I like most people. To you, it's an animal, and to me, she is adopted, a son or daughter, who is short, hairy, walks on all fours, and does not speak clearly. And half the time, it takes us years to understand them. Yeah, sincerely, the owners. So, all right, folks, uh, that's it. So come on back in about 30 minutes for the World War III report. And You know, as we are looking at today with these earthquakes um, and hurricanes, more hurricanes coming across. This is hurricane season, so don't let them convince you this is something new. It may have been the strongest in that area since the 30s or 40s or 50s, but I bet in a few years there'll be something bigger in the same spot. All right. You guys have a wonderful evening, and we will be back in 30 minutes. So share and like and hit that like the thumbs up. Uh, of course, share us and ring that bell. Remember, try to do it on Mondays because for some reason they keep making you guys lose the channel. But our strikes are almost gone. So with that, you guys have a wonderful Wednesday, and we will see you. No, yeah, I'm right. I almost said, oh no, it's Thursday. Oops. Nah, it's Wednesday with the World War III report coming up next. Uh, you guys have a wonderful Wednesday and God bless. Uh, so here we go. See you tomorrow.